And we're live. Oh, look at that. Hello, folks. Today is going to be another bit of a different one. This is going to be, I think I'm going to call these co-work sessions where we just hang out. I'm going to go live on stream and I'm going to share what I'm up to with you. That is going to include building stuff, making stuff, figuring stuff out. Why? Well, sometimes people kind of ask for updates on, well, how did you go with the last live session, the thing you created, what happened with it, where did it go, how did you implement it? So I thought, well, I'll just record it, and this is the easiest way for me to record it, is to record it live and share what I'm up to. So if you're on the live, say hello. And again, like I said with my last one, no expectations of entertainment value here, but if you've got nothing else to do, give it a watch and let me know. There were hundreds of people that watched the last one, which is always a good sign that at least someone's interested. So someone's out there watching, if you are out there watching, and even if you've got feedback on the format or anything to make this a bit more interesting to you, let me go ahead and share what's going on my screen here. I can even go into my analytics and show you, where's my last content? Where's my live? At least some people watched the last ones, which is good. There we go. Let's go to the cloning myself. That's not bad. All right, 65 people watched it, and I think maybe that's even after the fact, because I think some more people did actually watch it when I was live as well. Anyway, but it's interesting to me. I'm going to be sharing what I'm up to, and then my amazing producers cut this down and make it even more useful as well. So you'll see little bits and pieces on the channel. Anyway, but if you want to watch live or you want to comment live, then that's what I'm going to be doing today. All right, so what's on the agenda today? Today, we're promoting our mastermind. So if you haven't yet joined the mastermind, head along to itgenius.com/mastermind. Very easy to find your way there. And this is a brand new Gemini and AI community that we've launched. You can join for free, and it gives you and your team access to myself, Scott, the other technical folk on our team, and a whole bunch of other business owners and professionals who are all learning how to get the most out of Gemini in their business and implement it and train their teams. And in there, we're sharing what's working for us, what we're using Gemini for, what we aspire to use AI tools for, and we're working things out together. Now, it's pretty new, but already hundreds of people have signed up, which is awesome. So I'd love to have you in there. We may pay for this. We may charge for this at some point in the future. So if you want to get a free access, well, you definitely want to join now. And I can already say, while everyone's kind of still getting through their introductions and getting to know each other at the moment, we have a lot of, business owners in there that run pretty significant businesses, to be honest. I'm pretty impressed with the people that we've got in there. And there's going to be a lot of people that you can learn from and also share your learnings with. Now, we've surveyed our customers and our audience, and everyone's saying the same thing to us. I want my team to get smarter with AI, but I don't know exactly how to do it. Well, that's what this group is for. So go and head along, check it out, itgenius.com/mastermind. You can click the link down right below this video, and that'll take you to our links page. And on our links page, you can just click straight through to the mastermind link. Really obvious, and you can join the mastermind today. You'll get instant access, and there's no gotchas, there's no strings attached. It is free for now, so go ahead and check that out and join it. Okay, well, let's jump into what we're going to be doing today. So where I left my last live is I just generated an avatar in HeyGen here, which is my video, my fake Peter video version, and it did a pretty reasonable job, to be honest. I found that because the video that I had trained the avatar on didn't have heaps of eye contact, it was from a particular point in a live video where I wasn't perfectly staring at the camera the whole time. I was looking away and off to the side and down to my computer. The AI training basically decided, well, that's obviously how Peter looks in real life. And I am a little neurodivergent, but I usually am okay at maintaining eye contact, especially with a camera. So the result that I got was pretty weird. Let me show you. I'll show you the result. I'll show a demo here.
Hey, Peter Moriarty, your digital twin is ready. Try creating videos with it. Also, click the feedback button to share what you think. Hope you enjoy.
Okay, see how like always shaking the head and looking off to the side is a little bit weird? Let's check the other one.
Hey, Peter Moriarty, your digital twin is ready. Try creating videos with it. Also, click the feedback button to share what you think. Hope you enjoy.
Yeah, and it even has like the little flashes of white from my screen, which is usually when I'm changing tabs or whatever, and the light changes. So yeah, so that was a bit odd. Anyway, so I don't have the perfect AI avatar yet, and I probably should have done a bit more training on that before I started this live, but that's okay. I might do that during the live. We'll see how we go. But what I want to do is I want to take my Gemini copy that I've got right now, which is okay, but I think it could be better. And I want to make it better. I want to improve the copy that we get out of Gemini, because we've got lots of colleagues who say, you've got to use Claude for copy, and you've got to use Claude for generating scripts and content and that kind of thing. And honestly, when I've put good training data into Gemini, what I've found is that I get really good results out. And I know many of my friends who are engineers, coders, building businesses that are engineering all day long. Many of them have said they actually prefer Gemini over Claude and GPT for code. Now, these days, it doesn't really matter. It's kind of, Coke or Pepsi in terms of what model you use to get things done. But what does matter is your process of training whatever chosen model that you want to use. A year ago, I was saying on this channel, Gemini sucks. Don't bother using Gemini. You've got to use ChatGPT because Gemini just, wasn't all that good at anything, right? And GPT was like 6 months ahead. Nowadays, honestly, I canceled my subscription to ChatGPT. The main reason for that was, and the main reason we're steering business owners to using Gemini now is we're all forced to pay for it. Google put their prices up for Workspace. So you've got Gemini sitting inside your inbox anyway. Everyone else in your team has it as well. You may as well learn how to use Gemini because Google have already given it to you for free. And rather than paying for ChatGPT for everyone in your business, just makes sense to use Gemini. And I've said that on this channel for the last decade. If you can get something done with Google, even if it's not quite 100% of what you can do with other apps, try and get it done the Google way, because it's going to save you a subscription. It's going to save you something else to have to manage. Okay, so that gets that bit out of the way. Why are we trying to do this with Gemini, not another tool? I don't care what tool you use. If you want to, still use ChatGPT for certain tasks, it's got the memory feature that Google hasn't quite replicated in Gemini yet. If you still think Claude's better, let me know in the comments. Keep the discussion going. I always love that. I appreciate it. We wear the Google underpants here, and we try and eat our own dog food in that we sell Google, we promote Google, and so we try and show how to use everything the Google way. But I'm not a purist. I don't give a shit what you use. You use whatever you want to use, and I'll just keep teaching people how to use Gemini because that's my job. Okay, so let's get into this. I think we can improve our copy. So what I want to do now is I think we're going to work on our existing copy right now and see if we can make that better. I've got some notes that I'm looking for off to the side here. Okay, so improve copy with Notebook LM. Great. Okay, so I've got a copy guide which sits inside our SOP master, and we've been moving slightly away from using Google Sites. We still promote using Google Sites for systems and processes, but what we're testing is taking all of our stuff and putting it into a Google Doc for each area of the business. And so this is my Attract team. It's basically my marketing team, and we've started building out our communication frameworks in here, and avatars, and we started building out kind of like copy guidelines, and it's getting there. It's getting there. I don't think I've got a full copy guideline. No, we don't have a full copy guideline here yet. Trying to see if it's going to bring up my actual copy guide. No, it's not. But what we do have is we have a pretty well trained channel in that I've got hundreds and hundreds of videos on YouTube, and I pulled them all into one Notebook LM. And I think we should be able to distill my style of writing copy here, or my style of communication here. But also what's really important is I want to take the data from our customers as well, and what our customers actually use in their language, and what our actual customer problems are, right? So if I go into, let's go ahead and log in to my site. I can take all of my, actually I already downloaded it another day earlier, but I've got all of my lead forms from my website, and there's thousands and thousands of them. Now I can't show you this because it's going to have customer data in there, but consultations, I've got 5,000 consultations there, right? And I downloaded them all in a CSV. And so what I want to do is I want to create a copy guide, and we're going to use obviously Gemini to do that. And I want to basically find a bit of a synthesis between what is already in my own, natural language style that I use personally, which is going to show up in our channel and seems to resonate with customers because we get customers from the channel, but also work that into what our customers actually say when they put in, a lead form with us, because they'll send us a big, story about what's going on in their business, what we can help with, to let our sales team know how we can help out. And I'm going to tell you guys, this stuff that I'm doing here is not rocket science. Okay, there's plenty of people who are years ahead creating things like this. None of this is frontier stuff, but this is the kind of basic workflow that I expect you as a business owner, and if you're a professional or you're a business owner who wants to train your team of professionals, this is like the minimum level of thinking that we now expect inside our company. And we encourage you to expect from your team that this is how people should be working now. This is how we should be thinking. How can we gather the data that we already have and use it to create something new using these tools that we have access to? All right. So the first thing I want to do is I want to get a bit of analysis of my existing content. And what I did here was inside Notebook LM. Basically, I use this plugin called, I think it's YouTube to Notebook LM. There it is. It's called YouTube to Notebook LM. I went to my channel. I grabbed all the top content from my channel. And so I went to videos and then sort by popular. So grabbed all of those, clicked the button. It brought in, you can only bring 300 sources right now, but it brought those all in. And then what we're going to do is we're going to ask Google to help us create a copy guide. Now, one of the cool things is, by default, you actually get a mind map of all of the content. So we automatically got this insanely valuable mind map of like everything. Oh my God, that's huge. Look at that. Of like everything on our channel, which is pretty crazy, right? So all of the stuff that we cover on the channel is basically in this mind map that it's pulled from all of our top videos. Just absolutely crazy. Anyway, I don't know why it's doing a little chat thing. I must have hit the wrong button, but we're going to go back. Discuss what these sources say. Oh, okay. It's doing its own thing. All right, let's start a new chat. All right. So here I'm going to say, all right, I'm trying to create a copywriting guide and SOP. And for that, I want to create a in-depth extraction of the styles, tones, language, and types of things that I say in each one of these videos as the video creator that appeal to small business owners and our target avatar, which is people who are trying to get stuff done with Google Workspace, who are tech savvy but maybe not tech experts. And I want to extract as much as possible the way that language is used in these videos as a copywriting guide that I can then use to train an LLM using my real customer data, real customer language, and the strategic objectives that I have as a business owner. All right, so that's a pretty long prompt, but that gives a lot of context, right? If you're wondering what I use to dictate, it's called, I forgot the name now. Whisper Flow, that's the one. And this is one of the new generation of apps that is using OpenAI's free open source dictation software. and you just hit a button on your computer and it talks. All right, so let's let that do its thing. And by the way, if you're watching the live, please make sure you say hello. We've got a few people watching here, so thanks for being here. I see gamer streamers getting like tens of thousands of people watching their stream, and then I wonder, you know, who would watch someone getting their work done on a Sunday? But you know what? There's a market for everything. So I'm gonna try and be useful and attempt to be entertaining along the way. And you know, if you keep showing up to the lives, I'll keep doing them. All right, but here we go. So this is really starting to think about it, and I hope so. Here we go. Wonderful. Okay. And I'm hoping it's going to give me a pretty extended rundown here. All right. Based on sources, here's a comprehensive copywriting guide. Okay, so target audience profile, key characteristics, needs of the profile. Okay, technical level, low to moderate, capable and eager to learn, primary needs, pain points and frustrations, fears and anxiety, great. Motivations. All right, direct action oriented, results focused, reassuring, confidence, knowledge transfer, language to avoid, banned terms. Yes. I don't know how to work this out, but I'm really against hype marketing. I really hate it, to be honest. So the moment someone in my company says, or puts out a piece of copy that says, oh, you're going to boost productivity, or this is, you know, you're going to increase the efficiency of your team, like they get a smack. Cool. Yeah. No cliches. Yeah. Great. No, like, let's take your business to the next level. No, get the fuck out. We're not going to do that. All right. Systemization, organization. Someone said hello. Hey, how you doing? Ayushi, welcome to the live. Thanks for being here. I can even put you on here and say thanks for your comment there. Okay. So, all right, content segmentation, production checklist for YouTube videos. Okay, we don't need a production checklist. We don't need a script writing process. Oh yeah, but that's useful. Okay, well that's pretty useful for actually creating videos. All right. I don't want to use this specifically for creating YouTube. Actually, you know what? Fuck it. I'm going to keep this. Because this is actually pretty good. This is pretty good. But when I feed it in, I'm just going to make it not quite fit in there. All right, so I have a script writing process here. I'm just going to check if anything is commercially sensitive here. No, that's not too wild. Okay, that's okay. But brand, what I'm going to do is I'm going to add some of this quality YouTube stuff to my YouTube SOP live. All right. Script writing process. This one is coming together pretty nicely, actually. So I'm going to call this video script writing process. All right, so this stuff I'm going to remove most of the stuff that I don't need, but then I want copy guide. Because this is really what we want to bring together. Copy guide. Okay, and then I'm going to remove all of the YouTube production stuff from the copy guide because we don't want that. All right, and we've got strategic business objectives. That's good. Practical content creation guidelines. Okay, no, we definitely don't need any production in here. We're pretty good with production. content strategy and messaging. Yeah, that looks good. All right, and that becomes number 4, I guess. All right, get rid of that intro. That's just kind of junk, isn't it? All right, and let's put a title in here, copy guide. Now, what I want to do is I want to take the copy guide that we just created, and I want to actually put that against our customers. So I want to say, take this copy guide that I'm generating for my business and help me identify if this is aligned to the language and reality of my customers who are putting in questions and information about their business and their concerns via these lead form responses on my website. The CSV that I'm about to upload is going to give you a lot of responses from real customers, and I'd like you to identify any differences in the copy guide that I've uploaded here that I wish to improve, and what is contained in the real words of my customers. And as I said earlier, this is the kind of thinking that I'm expecting my team to be doing, at least the seniors in my team. All right, I've just pasted that copy guide, and then I'm also going to add the CSV, which should be in here somewhere. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to hide my screen just in case there's anything commercially sensitive in here. CSV. I downloaded this a week or so ago, so I'm hoping it's you know what? It's very possible I downloaded it on my laptop and not here, so I might need to download it again from WordPress. And we use a cool little tool called Gravity Forms, which I love. And I can't show you the entries. I can show you the export page. I've just got to be very careful not to expose customer data here. So consultations, let's download this. And you know what? I'm just going to get that one field. How can we help? Let's grab the file. It helps if you put in clean data, like, you know, if I'd brought in a whole bunch of, you know, people's first name, last name, company name, blah, 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 like it's probably going to give me a whole bunch of junk. All right. This looks pretty good, although there is a little bit of spam in there. So I'm going to instruct Gemini. When you are reviewing the CSV, please note that there might be some spam entries in different languages or things that are obviously spam that you should completely ignore because they are not relevant to real customers. So anything that looks spammy, just ignore. All right, let's see if that works. And let me upload the CSV. All right. See how this goes. Now CSV uploads were broken for a day, which was pretty weird. But anyway, it's working now, which is good. So if you're just joining, what we're up to at the moment is we're building out some updated copy guidelines, and then I'm going to use them to generate content because we're doing some promo and I want to generate some content and I want to have a kick-ass Gemini Gem that's going to help me do that. Okay. Aspirational benefits you're describing and the immediate foundational problems customers are facing. Ha, surprise, surprise. That is usually the case. I'm a visionary and I'm off in vision land. Okay. So they come to you, urgent, stressful technical issues. All right, great. Well, that's good to know. So key customer problem themes, urgent firefighting, fundamental setup and configuration failures, complex migration and restructuring, that makes sense. Scaling pains and disorganization, strategic IT decisions. Okay, now this is important for our broad copy, not for this particular promotion, because the particular promotion we're going after is aspirational, but that's okay. This is really useful. All right, so I'll say, help me update the copy guide that I've got to include all of this information and still keep some of the aspirational stuff, and we will perhaps say that is 30 to 40% of our effort, and the rest should really be around the practical problem solving for customers. All right, let's do that. Now, of course, I'm using Gemini Pro rather than Gemini Flash. Gemini Flash is basically like Googling something. It's really quick. It'll give you an instant answer. But if you want Gemini to do any kind of like thinking about its answer, you want to be using Gemini Pro. Gemini Pro is included, I believe, with every Google Workspace plan. I don't think any of them are restricted. But yeah, Pro is what you want to be using for sure. Okay, here we go. Great. Content is for small and medium-sized business owners, IT leaders, and entrepreneurs wearing the IT hat. They're tech savvy, but not tech experts, often feeling overwhelmed and in need of an expert guide. That is our customer. 1 to 50 employees, blah, blah, blah. Tech level low to moderate. Okay, this is pretty good. Okay, customer needs. First phase is firefighting. Great. Okay, cool. Can you expand this with more detail, as I want to use this guide to train large language models, not just humans. All right, let's make this really even more detailed if we can. All right, it looks like it's saying it's going to actually pretty significantly change it. So let's see how that goes. And what we're looking for here is basically a document that's finished that we'll use to train a gem. Okay, so all right, it's been expanded. All right, so that's definitely looking better. All right, I gotta say it's done a pretty good job with this. Okay, I like this. Let's take this. I'm gonna copy this and put this into our copy guide. Wonderful. So Anicity is saying, surprised Google hasn't surpassed ChatGPT or Claude, but they're killing it with their video generation stuff. Yeah, it's an interesting thing right now. I think like during COVID, where everyone and your mum was using Zoom because Hangouts had this bad reputation, and Zoom had all these features built out quickly during 2020 that made it the most obvious choice. And Google spent 9 months getting all of those features out the door. And even though Google Meet, finally 5 years later, right, much more people are using Google Meet now because they slowly worked out, oh yeah, Google Meet does all the things that Zoom did. Zoom was the darling of COVID. So Google have been late to the party a number of times. If you think about like AWS just beating the pants off them for a good 5, nearly 10 years, they've eventually kind of caught up, but AWS is still way ahead of GCP. That's the cloud platform for anyone not techo. We have seen the same thing basically play out again and again and again with Google, where other products innovate faster or get something faster to market. Google maybe has the product sitting in their, kind of R&D department, and they just haven't put it out to the world, which is wild. But eventually it gets better. And I agree with you. Yes, Gemini is an excellent product. I can't say it's better all the time at all things. But what I do know is it does a bloody fantastic job at day-to-day work. There's a couple of things I might still go to ChatGPT for. Right now, those two are, the memory feature is really great. Gemini doesn't have that. I don't really miss it too much because I'm not using GPT right now, but it does do that much better. So it feels like it knows you better. And then secondly is when manipulating data, like if I've got a big table of data and I want to say, hey, move this column to that column, or add up the figures on this column and add them to the other column, Gemini just seems to not do that very well right now, but GPT does that great. Gemini is doing images really great and video really great, and so they seem to be ahead. There. Oh, no worries. I don't mind you jumping on and chit chatting. These are supposed to be chit chat sessions, so I don't mind derailing anything. It's all good. But anyway, it is interesting to see where things will go in the future. I think because Google are basically forcing Gemini down everyone's throat with pop-ups and like prompting you to use it absolutely everywhere. What that means is eventually everyone's going to get good at Gemini because Google already own, they already own the house. Like they already own your attention with Gmail and Calendar and Drive and everything else. So you're just going to be forced to use Gemini. And I'm pretty happy with that. I think it's a great platform. I think it's a great product. So I'm happy that more and more of us get to use Gemini. All right. Someone said, can I please zoom in? Yes, sure. Absolutely. Sorry about that. I usually use a test account, but I'm working in production today. So I don't always remember to zoom everything in, but I will. Okay, here we go. So we've got we've got a better content guide here, which is great. And what we're going to do now is we're going to use this content guide to generate what I want to generate. Now, my team have already given me a little, brief. I'm gonna have to hide my screen while I open it up. And so we're gonna be creating, surprise, surprise, a video to promote our mastermind. And if you're just joining the stream, head along to itgenius.com/mastermind and you can join our community. It's a free mastermind. And inside we're talking about Gemini and AI helping you and your teams adopt these tools better. So go ahead and check it out. You've got to use a Gmail address or a Google Workspace address, of course, to access it. So drop that in there and we'll send you an automated link to get access to that. You can jump in and introduce yourself. All right, I'm going to try and find, here we go. YouTube video announcement is what I need to work on. All right, so my team have already given me a sample suggested script here. Thank you, team. This looks pretty good, but basically I want to run it through the copy guide. And I've already got a copy guide that I set up inside my Gemini, and it's set up as a gem. I've got videos on the channel on how to set up a gem. I would recommend you check out those videos. I'm not going to go through it from scratch, but a gem is kind of like a little customized bot that you train and you give a certain set of instructions. And then that gem, when you go to it and have a conversation, will give you a stricter set of reply. It will still use the internet. It'll still use its Gemini brain, but you're kind of training it with relevant data. It's not quite memory, but it's trained data to help it answer in a certain way. So this is perfect for if I want to, and see if there's an edit button here. If I want to create copy, I want to make sure that I'm using a set of training data that's going to give me consistent copy alongside my brand voice. I don't want to have to re-explain things every time. If I have a good idea of how copy should be written, I want to be able to like put it in the instructions here. And then once it's in the instructions, it'll always consistently generate based on what I want. Now, when I created this on a demo, it didn't do an amazing job. You can see here, you're a expert AI marketing assistant, and it's basically pulling anything from my SOP for the Attract team, which has got a bunch of stuff, all kinds of stuff in it. But I specifically actually want a gem that's going to be creating copywriting. So I think I might actually create a new one here. Let's create a new one, and we'll call it Genius Copy. All right, so I want help creating a copywriting gem, and I'm going to upload my copywriting guide, which includes instructions for an LLM. And I want this gem to help me create copy for various places that is consistent in my brand voice. It might be an email to our database. It might be a newsletter. It might be a social media post. It might be a YouTube description. It might be a script for a YouTube video. Basically anything where I might be communicating to my customers, this should be the place that is helpful and brand aligned with the information that I give you from my SOP master document and the copywriting, avatar, and marketing guidelines contained within. All right, so let's put all that in. Now that's pretty good, but I can hit this little magic button down here and it's gonna actually write it into more kind of in-depth instructions. And then I can also add a file here for it to reference. Now, importantly, you've got to, if you've added a file and then you upload the file, you've got to, you update the file, you've got to go back to your gem and like delete it and re-add it. It doesn't track updates to your file. So just be mindful of that. If you're like what I'm doing today, I'm updating this file, I'm making it better. I've got to then unfortunately go back to the gem and reattach it if I've got an existing gem. All right, so let's have a look at what it's done. Act as Genius, copy persona, blah, 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 copywriting guide, copywriting avatar, master guidelines, initial inquiry. Okay, that looks pretty good. Once the user provides the documentation and the context, draft the copy, ensure the tone and messaging are consistent, provide a single well-crafted version of the copy, clean, easy to read format. Like, it's just thought of all of these guidelines itself, which is, it's kind of wild that it trains itself. Like, you know, the person that coded this basically said, right, make it easy to train the machine with whatever the human puts in here, just make it easy. So I really, really like how they've done this. So I would always recommend you hit that magic button to get the Gemini generated instructions for the Gemini Gem. All right, so there we go, blah, blah, blah. Basically, it's understood the mission. It's understood the mission. Give me clean copy back. Okay. This all looks pretty good. And you can even test it, which is nice. So give me a test social media post promoting a Gemini AI Mastermind group chat for business owners. Right, I'm going to give it no other context and just ask it to do that and see what it does. And I covered in my news update the other day that if you want to share a gem, you can't yet share it with your team. I am sure it will not be far away where you can just click a button and share this gem so all your team members can access it. But right now, only you can access your gems. What some of our clever customers and members of our community are doing is they take the instructions for a gem. So that's this stuff that's in here. They just put it in a Google Doc, share it with their team, and then their team will cut and paste the instructions into their own gem. So that works for now. There is another tool. It lives in GCP, Google Cloud Platform. So if you're a bit more techo, this is more intermediate to advanced. It's called Google Agent Space. And Google Agent Space allows you to build a bot that you can then share with your team. I haven't done a tutorial on that yet. I will soon. I've started playing it a bit with myself, but I'll build that for you soon, and I'll share that on the channel. So, okay, I've reviewed your document, including the guidelines. I'll use these guidelines to create brand copy for you. You've requested a social media post. Here's the copy. Okay. Oh, wow. So it's actually done visual as well, which is pretty wild. Feeling behind AI for your business? You're not the only one. How do you actually use Gemini to save time, make better decisions? Introducing the ITG, the ITG. That's funny. We use shorthand ITG. Give me a second here. I better update the guide here. Copy creation, brand voice consistency. Okay, I'm gonna say DE. Oops. Anytime you see the shorthand ITG, please make sure you use the full brand name IT Genius. All right. All right, that should fix that. Okay. Private chat room, slide 4. Okay, so we've got a whole bunch of slides here. You don't need another course. You need answers you can apply today. A new Gemini AI Mastermind is a dedicated group chat where business owners can share what works, ask direct questions, and implement AI without the guesswork. We're in there sharing our own internal processes. Ready to join? Link is in our bio. Okay, that's not terrible for something I gave zero context on. That is not bad. That is not bad. The other cool thing is Google will actually tell you the sources that it uses for this. So it'll say, "Hey, I use the avatars page for this." That's a bit hard to see because it's gone a bit weird with the zoom. But that is very cool. Okay, so I'm going to hit save. I'm going to save my gem. Now, the thing with gems is you can invoke them anywhere. So let's say, for example, I was in a document here. I can select some text. I can open up Gemini in my sidebar, and my gems are there. So my Genius Copy gem is there. And I mean, this is a little bit kind of like the snake eating its own tail. This is a copy generation guide, and I wouldn't normally put that into a copy generator. But let's say I had a newsletter in a Google Doc, and it was drafted up by someone on my team or drafted up by Gemini. I could then open up Genius Copy and say, "Hey, run this through the copy guide, and let's transform it using our gem." So gems live here on the sidebar, which is pretty groovy, and they also live inside your Gmail. I don't know about your calendar, but they live in chat. Basically, gems live everywhere now, so you can use them pretty much anywhere, which is cool. All right, so we've got a gem. We've got a gem here. What I actually want to do is update this one that my team gave me. So I'm going to grab the copy, and I will brief the gem. I'll say, "Hey, I'm going to create a YouTube video, which is going to be short, sharp, probably less than a minute or 90 seconds, promoting our AI Mastermind. And I'm going to feed that into HeyGen, which is an AI video avatar service. And I want you to check this suggested copy that my team gave me and see if it aligns to our copywriting guidelines. And if you want to transform it, go ahead and transform it. But what we need as an output is something that is suitable as a fully polished script to send to HeyGen." All right, great. Now, this should have, in my gem, this should have used a very special framework of mine called Ultimate Offers. Now, let me see if I can find that and share that with you guys. Just got to be careful what I share here. Copy framework, is that the one? Wonderful. Hold on. This is the one. Cool. All right. So this is an amalgamation of different copywriting frameworks where it basically goes into like, where is the audience right now? What's our solution? Where do we kind of like, go in to the customer's language and the customer's reality? And then, yeah, it's got some guidelines of like how, where that then goes and how that gets delivered and all those kind of things. So that's really useful to have in there as a baseline. I'm trying to find something else that we had that was cool. I'm just sharing how we think about marketing. So basically, I'm an IT guy who's forced to be a marketer. So this is, I think of frameworks and systems when I've got to market. let me see if I can find, because we had an ultimate offers. We actually had an ultimate offers guide that we put together, and I've got a feeling it may be, unfortunately, hidden away somewhere else. It's not here. That's okay. We got to keep moving. All right, let's go back to Gemini. Let's get our video script going. And I'm very curious to see how it's going to make this script. Hope you all are enjoying your Sunday wherever you are. Let me know where you're tuning in from, by the way, if you're watching live. Thinking. All right. Let's see how this one plays out. Are you struggling to keep up with AI? For business owners using Google Workspace, the pace of change can feel relentless. New tools and updates launch every day, and it's easy to feel overwhelmed and worried about falling behind. That's why we created the Gemini AI Mastermind. It's a free private community where you can get answers and solve technical problems without the jargon. You'll get direct support from our team and connect with other business owners and IT admins who are facing the same challenges as you are. We're a small business, so we know your time is valuable. This community is designed to get you the right information fast. Stop trying to figure it out all alone. Click the link, join the community now, and I'll see you on the inside. Now, honestly, that is not too bad. That is not too bad. And hello, Andrew. Yes, I'm working out of Spain right now, which is pretty cool. I'm enjoying living here at the moment. Been here since the start of the year. Okay. You know what? I don't hate this copy. I don't hate this. Give me that without the timestamps. All right. And all I need to do from here, so I'm going to go and put this into, here we go. We're going to put this into HeyGen. Now, my last two lives, I covered how to set up HeyGen, how to train it, how to use my voice in 11 Labs, which is a very high quality AI voice generator that you can train with your own voice. And here I've got HeyGen where I should be able to create a video. Wonderful. And we're going to use my persona, Peter Moriarty. Now I've got two different ones. This one looks to be lit better. And I just paste my script in. And apparently taking your copy and turning it into different scenes gives nice little breaks. Oops, I need to take that bit out. Let's grab that. New scene. Okay, now let's say Gemini AI Mastermind invite. And the voice, I want to choose the voice from my 11 Labs voice clone. Didn't work yesterday. Hey, it worked today. Okay, wonderful. All right, my voice. I haven't actually checked this with my voice yet, so I'm going to be curious to see how the good one works. The one you heard earlier was the HeyGen. Oh, apply to all scenes. Okay, well that's smarter, isn't it? Apply to all scenes. Okay, so let's give this a go.
Are you struggling to keep up with AI? For business owners using Google Workspace, the pace of change can feel relentless. Are you struggling to keep...
Why did it start with That's weird. Thanks. Okay. I guess I must do that often enough that I put it in the bloody voice, the voice training. I'm gonna have to get my editors to fix that. All right, so we try that.
Are you struggling to keep up with AI?
All right, I'm gonna have to delete this. Let's see if I can just get a space. Then I can trim the video at the start.
Or delete this. Are you struggling to keep up with AI?
What the
business owners using Google Workspace, the pace of change can feel relentless.
All right, voice director. The voice director mode, you need to switch to the pound voice engine. Okay, sure. Oh, okay. I want this to be excited with medium energy, not hypey and not over the top, but energized. All right, let's see how this goes.
Are you struggling to keep up with AI? For business owners using Google Workspace, the pace of change can feel relentless.
You know, I don't like that one that much because it doesn't sound... I want it to sound excited, but still a reasonably neutral Australian voice. All right, let's try that.
Delete this. Are you struggling to keep up with AI? For business owners using Google Workspace, the pace of change can feel relentless.
No, I don't like that. All right, I'm gonna clear this. Apply to this voice. All right, so let's try. See if I can bring it back to my own voice.
Delete this. Are you struggling to keep up with AI? For business owners using Google Workspace, the pace of change can feel relentless.
That no longer sounds like me.
Delete this. Are you struggling to keep up with AI?
Let's
For business
say
owners using
convert
Google
to
Workspace,
voice
the
mirroring.
pace of change can feel relentless.
Regenerate audio. All right. So clearly the voice needs a little bit of tuning, and maybe when I'm presenting this...
Or delete this. Are you struggling to keep up with AI? For business owners using Google Workspace, the pace of change can feel relentless.
Okay, that's actually pretty good. So I'm going to go and hit preview. So this is going to do it without the lips moving perfectly, which is fine.
Or delete this. Are you struggling to keep up with AI? For business owners using Google Workspace, the pace of
Bro, where's the eye contact? Come on.
change can feel relentless. New tools and new updates launch every day. It's easy to feel overwhelmed and worried about falling behind. That's why we created the Gemini AI Mastermind. It's a free, private community where you can get answers and solve technical problems without the jargon.
Holy shit! This AI Peter flicking his ear. This is not me, by the way. AI Peter flicking his ear is just wild.
You'll get direct support from our team and connect with other business owners and IT admin.
Okay, it definitely fucked up the voice. All right, so I'm gonna have to go and fix the voice, and I'm clearly gonna have to re-record the. I'm clearly gonna have to re-record the introduction because the training video. Sorry, because that is just not working. But let's try, just out of interest. Let's try the other Peter Moriarty and see how that is. See how that looks. Preview.
Or delete this. Are you struggling to keep up with AI? For business owners using Google Workspace, the pace of change can feel relentless. New tools and new updates launch every day. It's easy to feel overwhelmed.
Okay. Let's do some retraining. So if you're interested in using HeyGen, here's how you do it. You go, where is it? Create video. Translate a video. Start from scratch. No, I need to create a new avatar. Digital twin. All right, well, we already checked that out last time, so we're going to go get started. So user right equipment, 2 to 5 minutes of unedited footage, professional camera, straight ahead, keep your head level, speak naturally and clearly, pausing 1 to 2 seconds between sentences with lips closed. Okay. Sits down or walk while engaging naturally with the camera. Okay. All right, I'm gonna turn off gestures for now. Okay, we're gonna go next. So 2 to 5 minutes. Record via webcam. Turn on camera and mic. All right, now I don't know what I'm gonna read, but let's switch to my front camera. 1 2 1 2. We've got the right one. All right, record a video. Tell us about yourself. Tell us about your hometown. Introduce your business. Deliver a product update. All right, let's talk about the business. That's probably the easiest thing for me to blab about. Hi, it's Peter Moriarty, and I want to tell you a little bit about IT Genius. My business helps small business owners all over the world with Google Workspace. We know that many small business owners are wearing the IT hat, and that means that they're doing pretty much everything themselves. From administration, onboarding and offboarding their staff. It means helping their employees learn how to use the applications and tools that are inside a business. They're doing literally the job of an IT manager. Now, when you've got a business owner playing the IT manager, they often get caught up in troubleshooting technical issues. And we all know we've been in the situation from time to time where you think something's going to take just a couple of minutes to fix, or you think maybe I can work it out with a little bit of Googling, and then it ends up taking you hours and you impact not only your productivity, but the productivity of your team as well. Well, IT Genius is here to solve that problem. Our business is an on-call and on-demand IT service available globally, although we primarily work in Australian and US business hours, but we do have customers all over the world, and we help small business owners and their teams with remote and on-site support for small business issues. Now, that might be something like fixing your printer when it's not working, or it might be something really specialized to do with Google Workspace. We're experts in helping business owners migrate from the Microsoft ecosystem to the Google ecosystem. And that means moving mailboxes, moving data, changing DNS settings, getting your team trained. And it also means helping you and your team understand how to unlock the power of the business tools that you've invested in. So if you want to learn how to work with Gemini and get you and your team more productive, harnessing all of the power of these tools, well, this would be something great to sign up for. We have services that you can access just as you need on an ad hoc basis. One of those is called Quick Fix. If you've got something wrong and you need it fixed immediately, you can buy a Quick Fix online and our team are ready instantly to help solve your problems, as long as you call during business hours. If you want us to take care of a project, whether it's building automations, whether it's migrating data, whether it's moving information from system to system or going through technological change, we can help with that. And finally, our concierge service helps business owners to basically make sure all of their IT systems are in good health. That would be giving you access to unlimited help from our support team. It would be helping monitor your systems to make sure that nothing goes wrong. It also means desktop and remote support when you need help. Or if you just want to jump on a call with an expert and as a business owner, ask them technical questions, help solve things there and then, well, we're also available for that. And our concierge program is all you can eat. You pay a subscription and you just get access to our tools and our team as much as you need them. All right, cool. I think that's enough time. All right, let's see how this one goes. Keep ambient sounds. Yeah, I think that will be fine. Normalize volume, 4K resolution. Oh, okay, I'm gonna have to upgrade for that, but I don't think I need to. All right. This is for an existing avatar. So there we go. That's my training. Fingers crossed. I forgot to do brief pauses between sentences, but that's okay because audio-wise, we're going to use our audio from 11 Labs, and 11 Labs is the better quality, professional trained audio. We gave it like a couple of hours of footage, and we basically pull that in. Yeah, it got me in trouble because I didn't pause properly. Anyway, but let's see what happens with this. Now, it does take some time. It took about 15 minutes to train their model last time we did this. So unfortunately, I still might not be able to show you this. But anyway, I'm going to let that do its thing. And we'll see how that goes. All right. So that's going to take some time to process. Thinking about it. But from the other ones, they were taken from clips of videos where I was kind of like, moving around all over the place. But I think from here, if you look at the copy that's come out from my team initially, I know it keeps you up at night. World of AI and Google Workspace is moving fast. That's okay, but it's not great. This is a good line. Every day, a new tool, a new update, new jargon to figure out. Can feel impossible to keep up. Yep, that's good. Emotive. I like that. We've built something for you. We created Gemini AI Mastermind, free private community where you can get real-time answers to your questions, solve technical roadblocks, get advice from people who are actually in the trenches with you. I don't know if I'd use those words. This is okay copy. The copy that came out of Gemini here, I think is tidier. I think it's tidier. Now, hopefully, bear with me while I just text someone off screen. I've got somewhere I'm meant to be. Okay, let's go to our HeyGen and see. Hey, there we go. It's nearly ready. Well, that's good. Give that a couple more seconds and we will be able to give this a red hot go. We'll be able to give it a good test. Now, as a quick recap, what we've done here is we started with, what's on my YouTube channel. I took my 300 top videos and I extracted my unique voice and what I talk about on the channel here. And then I took that and I combined it using Gemini with what my customers are actually asking for. So I used all of the leads from my website for the last, I don't know how many years, 5,000 leads in there. I used all the responses from our customers and I asked it to generate copy guidelines based on my natural style of voice that exists in my videos on the channel. And the natural, themes and characteristics of how I speak. And then, what my customers actually want, what my customers actually need. And we generated a copy guide. And that copy guide I've got here, which really drilled into, how should we be communicating as a business, both to match the natural tone of me, the founder, and what our customers actually want from the problems our customers tell us. And we used this to train something that's reusable, or a tool that's reusable, and that's our gem. So inside the gem is here inside of Gemini. We used Google's help to actually build this out, build out the instructions just by clicking the magic button. We gave it a bit of an idea and then we hit the magic button and we used that knowledge base as a resource. So, the guide that we created here, we asked it to directly reference the guide. And then this copy tool, we gave it instructions and we said, hey, this is going to be useful for anyone who wants to create copy for different social media channels. And now we can use this to actually generate our scripts. We've generated the script, and once this guy's done, which this guy's done, awesome, we're going to put it, hey, Peter Moriarty, your digital twin is ready. Try creating videos with it. Also, click the feedback button to share what you think. Hope you enjoy. Damn, that is like 100 times better than before. See, when you follow the actual instructions, it gets way better. All right, so let's go back to my project here. And let's use our new avatar. Oh, can I not do that? Let's see. And we're going to put this one to work. All right. This is probably the right one because he's actually looking at the camera. So let's change all of these to the new guy, new guy, new guy, and then audio. Apply to all scenes. Okay, so now we should be able to preview, and this should hopefully look a whole lot better.
Or delete this. Are you struggling to keep up with AI? For business owners using Google Workspace, the pace of change can feel relentless. New tools and new updates launch every day. It's easy to feel overwhelmed and worried about falling behind. That's why we created the Gemini AI Mastermind. It's a free, private community where you can get answers and solve technical problems without the jargon. You'll get direct support from our team and connect with other business owners and IT admins who are facing the same challenges you are. We're a small business, so we know your time is valuable. This community is designed to get you the right information fast. Stop trying to figure it all out alone. Click the link to join the community now. I'll see you inside.
All right. The pacing, I got to say, the pacing is a little bit off with some of this. I don't know how we can fix that. And it threw in a big long R somewhere in there as well, which is a bit odd. And I'm not sure if maybe I need to go back and train the 11 Labs voice a bit better. I don't think my team have those problems when they use 11 Labs, but I do know they use it for short bits of text. So I don't know. Maybe we need to train another 11 Labs voice. I guess I could also take a longer version of a live stream of mine and I could retrain that. So why don't we do that while we've got time? Now, one of the tools I really love for cleaning and fixing things up is this tool called Descript. I'm going to go ahead and attach a video here, and I'm just going to take one of my last lives, which should be nice and long. Let's go maybe my CQA here, and let's take, oh boy, these are big videos. And we are live. It's about that, because I'm very curious about that. I got a feeling. All right, well, let's try this and just see what happens, but I've got a feeling this is going to take a little bit of time to upload. Let's say, edit a podcast. I've got a feeling that's going to take a little bit longer than we have time for today. It's moving pretty quick. Thank you to fast internet. What we're looking for here is an audio export that's clean. It's got to have no R's and ums or anything like that, because the ums and the R's seem to be making a bit of a mess of things. Now, let's see if I go back to my project here. Let's try, just for argument's sake, if I put everything in one scene, let's see if that's going to work better. And I'm also curious. Let's try V2. So we're going to go with Pete. And there are multiple voices here. And, you know, I'm kind of curious to see if the one that I just did just going to move this to another screen, let that upload in the background there. I'm very curious to see if the one that I just did is sounding any better than the other one. But I don't know when these were created. Huh, that's a bit tough. Well, let's listen.
Hey there, here's how I sound. Hope you like it. The right voice brings avatar videos to life.
That sounds, hey there, this is how I sound.
Hey there, here's how I sound. Hope you like it. The right voice brings avatar videos to life.
Hey there, here's how I sound. Hope you like it. The right voice brings avatar videos to life. You know what? That's not too bad. That's not too bad.
Hey there, here's how I sound. Hey there, here's how I sound. Hope you like it. The right voice brings avatar videos to life.
This is quite interesting. Hey there, here's how I sound. Hope you like it. The right voice brings avatar videos to life. All right, I think I'm gonna go for this one because this is my 11 Labs one.
Hey there, here's how I sound. Hope you like it. The right voice brings avatar videos to life.
See, it even had the R's, it even had the ums in that one. All right, that's why we're getting troubles with that. Okay, so let's try the one from the avatar. As always, you know, supposed to do something that I could have just done in 10 minutes recording this video, but you know, I've spent 3 hours now working out how to do it a different way. But once we've done this once, then, you know, my team can do it for me. Okay, so we're going to go from avatar. Let's try this.
Are you struggling to keep up with AI? For business owners using Google Workspace, the pace of change can feel relentless. New tools and new updates launch every day.
I've got to say, it's got this tiny little American twang, which kind of doesn't sound like me. So I'm going to try just applying one of the others and see how that goes.
Are you struggling to keep up with AI? For business owners using Google Workspace, the pace of change can feel relentless. New tools and new updates launch every day. It's easy to feel overwhelmed and worried about falling behind. That's why we created the Gemini AI Mastermind.
You don't want to fall behind in the mastermind.
And solve technical problems without the jargon.
That's terrible. Oh my God.
Are you struggling to keep up with AI? For business owners using Google Workspace, the pace of change can feel relentless. New tools and new updates launch every day. It's easy to feel overwhelmed and worried about falling behind. That's why we created the Gemini AI Mastermind. It's a free private community where you can get answers and solve technical problems without the jargon. You'll get direct support from our...
Okay, honestly, this is pretty good. This is pretty good. Let's maybe slow down the speed just a touch, and let's try preview. This is getting pretty close to where we need to be.
Are you struggling to keep up with AI? For business owners using Google Workspace, the pace of change can feel relentless. New tools and new updates launch every day. It's easy to feel overwhelmed and worried about falling behind. That's why we created the Gemini AI Mastermind. It's a free, private community where you can get answers and solve technical problems
Why does
without
it
the
sound so
jargon.
bad?
You'll get direct support from our team and connect with other business owners and IT admins who are facing the same challenges you.
Why does it sound so bad? Oh boy. All right. We're not quite there yet, Jim. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. Or here's what I've been doing in the background. So inside Descript, and I'm going to call this voice training for HeyGen. So what this does is when it finishes uploading my video, which I don't know where my video went. I hope it didn't lose my video. Here we go. Okay, cool. So I've got the video here. And what Descript is going to do is it transcribes your video, and then it lets you edit the video based on the transcription. So you change something in the transcription and it changes something in the video, which is very cool. But what it also lets you do is type in a prompt, and with that automatic prompt, it will edit the video too. So I can say something like, hey, I want you to take out all the ums and the ahs, and it will just remove all of those. It even has a button to just do that for you. So once this is finished transcribing, it's going to give me a button, and I'm going to be able to click this one, edit for clarity, and it's going to just take out all that junk. So it's moving its way through here, which is nice. Nice. I do not know what's going on with that other with that other voice. That is bizarre. Okay. So look at all the R's. See the R's and the ums. That's why my voice training is junk right now. So let's go edit for clarity. I'll say medium intensity. Use AI speech. What's that? Record and regenerate small parts of the script to improve. No, I don't need that. Okay. So this is going to take out all the ums and the ahs. And then once I've taken out the ums and the ahs, I'm catching myself now. I can upload that to HeyGen. And I assume in the background it's going to use my friends at 11 Labs to do this. Create new voice. Instant voice cloning. Okay. Upload a sample. Oh, it says around 2 minutes long. Well, that seems a bit short. But anyway. All right. We'll let that do its thing. Has it done it yet? I guess so.
Hello friends, it's been a minute. Pete Moriarty here. On this channel, we help small business owners systemize, organize, and scale using Google Workspace and other tech tools. Now, if you miss me, well, I've been traveling and holidaying. We've still been putting videos out on the channel, but I haven't had a chance to stream. Well, I'm back. I'm in the studio and plenty to get through. I even picked up, look at this, a new camera. So I've got a front-facing view now with a better camera. But here we are, and I'm going to be sharing with you the latest in Google Workspace.
All right, great. So let's grab about 2 minutes of this. 2 minutes 29, that'll do. And I'm going to get rid of the rest. All right, maybe a little bit less. Okay, and then, oops, that was too much. Two minutes 10. Great. Okay, so we're going to export that. I assume I can export just as audio. Wonderful. I don't know exactly what settings they want, but that's all right. Let's go ahead and drop this in here. Okay, so inside HeyGen, let's go ahead and upload it. All right, it's thinking about it. all this happens online in the browser with Descript, which is pretty wild, So while I wait for this to generate, if you haven't already, please jump in and say hello in the mastermind. Now, once you join the mastermind, you're going to get to meet with other business owners and other people who are working out Gemini. There's a whole bunch of people who are in here jumping in, saying hello and introducing themselves. You can see here 100 people have joined. We've got over 200 registrations at the moment. Some of them didn't use Gmail addresses, so they couldn't get in. Some of them are on the wait list. But anyway, click the button on our website, itgenius.com/mastermind. Really easy to remember, itgenius.com/mastermind. You'll find this page and you'll be able to join, put in a Google account, and it's free. You'll be able to access it really easily. Okay, let's go back to HeyGen, and we've generated another voice. The only problem here is, bloody hell, I wish this thing gave me dates on when these were actually created. What a pain in the butt. All right, what are we? 09, 07. All right. And this one is a while ago. No, let's say, I don't know, 1st of January. Okay, so let's try this one. Let's go to our project. All right, I'm going to go to our HeyGen voice training, and let's have a listen.
Are you struggling to keep up with AI? For business owners using Google Workspace, the pace of change can feel relentless. New tools and new updates launch every day. It's easy to feel overwhelmed and worried about falling behind. That's why we created the Gemini AI Mastermind. It's a free, private community where you can get answers and solve technical problems without the jargon. You'll get direct support from our team and connect.
Wow. You know what was impressive about that? Is it paused and then did a in-breath before saying you'll get direct support. That is very impressive.
Are you struggling to keep up with AI? For business owners using Google Workspace, the pace of change.
So let's look at the actual preview, see how this looks.
Are you struggling to keep up with AI? For business owners using Google Workspace, the pace of change can feel relentless. New tools and new updates launch every day. It's easy to feel overwhelmed and worried about falling behind. That's why we created the Gemini AI Mastermind. It's a free, private community where you can get answers and solve technical problems without the jargon. You'll get direct support from our team and connect with other business owners and IT admins who are facing the same challenges you are. We're a small business, so we know your time is valuable. This community is designed to get you the right information fast. Stop trying to figure it all out alone. Click the link to join the community now. I'll see you inside.
All right. I'll see you inside. Be nice if I could demo just that scene, but that's okay. All right. So let's go. I guess we generate now, unless it lets me skip ahead so I can check its pacing. See how this goes.
Are you struggling to keep up with AI? Fast. Stop trying to figure it all out alone. Click the link to join the community now. I'll see you inside.
That's still moving a little bit quick. Click the link to join the community now. Pause. I'll see you inside. All right, let's see how this goes.
Are you struggling to keep up with AI? For business owners using Google Work, are you struggling to know your time is valuable? This community is designed to get you the right information fast. Stop trying to figure it all out alone. Click the link to join the community now. I'll see you inside.
Okay, that is better. That is better. Let's just check the pacing.
Are you struggling to keep up with AI? For business owners using Google Workspace, the pace of change can feel relentless. New tools and new updates launch every day. It's easy to feel overwhelmed and worried about falling behind. That's why we created the Gemini AI Mastermind. It's a free, private community where you can get answers and solve technical problems without the jargon. You'll get direct support from our team and connect with other business owners and IT admins who are facing the same challenges you are. We're a small business, so we know your time.
Okay, so that needs a better break. So it seems like adding a space in here works nicely. That kind of brings me to
Are you struggling to
pause.
keep up with AI?
try
Owners
this.
and IT admins who are facing the same challenges you are. We're a small business, so we know your time is valuable.
Wow, that really needs a bit more of a break there. How do I insert like a little... How do I tell it to like pause for effect? Scene, audio, pause. Oh, okay, here we go. Oh, great. Okay, I can enter a 0.5 second pause. Look at that. All right, we have the technology. Thank you, HeyGen, for sponsoring this video. Not, but if you're listening, just reach out. All right, let's try again.
Get answers and solve technical problems without the jargon. You'll get direct support from our team and connect with other business owners and IT admins who are facing the same challenges you are. We're a small business, so we know your time is valuable. This community is designed to get you the right information fast. Stop trying to figure it all out alone. Click the link to join the community now. I'll see you inside.
Okay, you know, that's not bad. That's not bad. Let's try generating it. 30 frames always. All right. Now, I don't know how long this is going to take to render. Last time I did it, it took a while. But let's see. Let's see. And I guess we'll have to leave it there. Finished product. It's going to look and sound pretty similar. Let me show you what these other ones... Well, I already showed you what they look like, but I'll give you another run through to show you what it looks like.
Your business is sitting on gold mines of information. That customer email from 6 months ago, the staff meeting notes from last quarter, those project updates, they all contain valuable insights you're missing, because who has time to reread everything? Hello there. This is Peter's AI avatar presenting this video so that Peter can bring more videos to this channel faster. I've tested Notebook LM with hundreds of business documents, and it's changed how we make decisions. This isn't another generic AI tool. It becomes an expert specifically on your business data. Hey everyone, in this video, I'm showing you exactly how to use Google Notebook LM to solve real problems in your small business. If you're drowning in documents but can't extract actionable insights, this is for you.
So the reason this avatar is like looking off to the side screen is I uploaded footage where I was literally looking at my second monitor. So, you know, took that training footage and it decided, this is obviously how this Pete guy talks. Anyway, so, you know, shit in, shit out with AI. Training data wasn't good. But look out for this ad on the channel. I'm sure you'll see it, or on the socials. And if you've got more questions about it, you know what to do. Drop them down below here. And if you haven't yet joined our AI Mastermind, please make sure you do that. Click the link down below this video. There's a